Hello, my name is Mike Bell. I'm the owner of Integrity First Prestige Diamonds. Before we begin discussing diamonds, let me take the opportunity to say thank you. Sincerely, thank you very much for agreeing to look at this presentation. I will do my absolute best to make it worthwhile, and I promise to keep it brief. When I first started thinking about putting together an introduction to Integrity First, I admit I had the inclination to go into a lot of detail about the diamonds themselves, about the specific opportunities that are available at this moment. But when I thought about it, I realized that not only would that make for a ridiculously long presentation, it would also be putting the cart before the horse. You see, I've been working in the investment diamond industry for quite a while now, and I know that while most people have at least heard of the idea, they've never really investigated the concept of using diamonds, and specifically colored diamonds, as an investment vehicle. This presentation, therefore, will deal strictly with the concept of investing in diamonds, how you as an investor can benefit from investigating the terrific potential of colored diamonds. When I personally consider a new investment vehicle, I always find I have basically 5 questions. I want to understand my risk exposure. Obviously, I want to know about the potential upside. I want to know how this opportunity stacks up versus any other opportunity that might be available to me. I need to understand how I cash out my investment, take my profits, and how much of that profit will be eaten up by fees and commissions. And finally, if I do decide to go ahead with an investment in this market, why should I work with this particular company or broker? If I get the right answers to those questions, then I'm willing to invest some time, investigate further, before taking action. Now, I'm really not particularly fond of wasting time, either mine or yours, so without further ado, let's get started. So, let's talk a bit about risk exposure. It may well seem like a trite oversimplification. However, in all honesty, the risk in diamond investment really is absolutely minimal. Historically speaking, that has actually been the primary role of diamonds in the investment markets. Diamonds are the safe haven, the port in the storm. In fact, with a 43-year tracking history, colored diamonds as an asset class have never gone down. This is, at least in part, because diamonds benefit almost equally from opposite extremes. They are almost innately hedged. In times of uncertainty, such as the 08-09 crash, or, well, now, investors increasingly purchase rare diamonds as a means of wealth retention. Conversely, in good times, wealthy people become consumers of diamonds as high-quality luxury jewelry. Both types of buying can drive the price. Also, whereas stocks and bonds have the capability of becoming just pieces of paper, retirement funds can collapse. We've all heard the horror stories of even real estate going so low that people just pack up and walk away because it no longer makes sense to pay the mortgage. But it is absolutely inconceivable that within the foreseeable future, a natural fancy colored diamond could ever become worthless. The flip side of the risk-to-reward ratio is, of course, potential profitability. The first thing to understand is that all diamonds are, to one extent or another, unique, and therefore price appreciation can vary widely from stone to stone, even within color categories. However, averages and accurate comparisons are easily and readily available for purposes of investigation, and it's important to note that all types of colored diamonds have appreciated to some extent consistently over 4 decades. To get down to the numbers, on the low side, the shades of brown, the cognacs, the champagnes, the chocolates, etc., have been appreciating at a rate of about 4 to 7% per annum. Pinks, on the other hand, have been far and away the highest performers over the last 10 years, with annual appreciation on the order of about 14 to about 21%. Also, although within the context of this presentation I can't go into a lot of detail due to time constraints, it is important to at least mention that price appreciation is only one of 3 potential profit centers. For example, working the spread between wholesale and retail often generates profits that can dwarf the natural appreciation of the stone. With the limited capital pool available to any of us, it is obviously impossible to take advantage of every opportunity that comes our way. The third question to be answered, therefore, is why diamonds versus any other investment vehicle? Now, we could spend hours discussing and debating the relative merits of all the various options that are open to all of us. I've compared just a few in the slide now appearing on your screen. I'm sure you'll forgive me if I limit myself to the highlights right now. Diamonds have extremely flexible entry levels. ranging from literally millions down to only 2,000 or 3,000. It is absolutely not necessary to bet the farm. The investor can stay well within their comfort zone, maintain a high degree of liquidity for diversification, and still take advantage of the ability to test the waters before diving in. Unlike real estate and a lot of stock and Forex accounts, diamonds have no carrying cost. Perhaps the single most attractive aspect of diamond investment is the simplicity. Diamonds are as close as an investor can get to an undiluted supply and demand scenario. This simplifies the decision-making process to an enormous degree. As I said earlier, we can discuss this topic for hours, but I hope you'll agree with me when I say that diamonds really do have some distinct innate advantages. Okay, so let's say that you've bought a diamond. You've held it for an appropriate period of time. You've seen it increase in value, and now you'd like to sell. How will you realize your profit? And how much of that profit will be eaten up by fees, commissions, and cost of sale? I've had clients ask me, is there really a market for these stones? I usually answer the question with a question. Do you know anyone over the age of, say, 30 who has never bought a diamond? Can you think of anyone over the age of 30 who doesn't own at least one? When the vast majority of people in the world will buy at least one diamond, and the vast majority of people in the world will own at least one diamond, I think it's safe to say that yes, indeed, there is a market. Ease of resale depends in largest part on buying well. Hypothetically, if you were able to buy a $10,000 diamond for $100, do you think you'd have any trouble selling it for a profit? I think you could put it on Craigslist or Kijiji and quadruple your money before breakfast. I must also hasten to add that Integrity First never requires exclusivity on our diamonds. The investor has both legal and physical possession of the stone. That's right, the investor holds the diamond. And the investor has every right and ability to sell to whomever and through whomever they may choose. The investor has absolute control. If you choose to have Integrity First broker and coordinate the sale of your diamond from top to bottom, and we sincerely hope you will, then our fee for assisting you will be only 10% of net profit. If there is no profit, there is no commission. So you can rest assured that we are fairly motivated. The final consideration I'd like to put forward to you today is, why deal with Integrity First Prestige Diamonds? 3 words: experience, experience, experience. I had my first job in the jewelry and gemstone industry when I was hired as a vault manager at a manufacturing company in 1987. Integrity First is very young. Me, not so much. Over the years, I've built some terrifically strong relationships with sellers and buyers and with other brokers, all of which I will use to your advantage. Integrity First has tremendous buying power, enabling us to offer our investors some of the best colored diamonds available literally anywhere in the world, at some of the best prices, often below wholesale. The strongest and most important reason, however, the prestige is right in the name, but integrity will always come first. Well, there you have it. That's my spiel for the day. Thanks very much for hanging with me this far. I have a couple of people with me I'd like to introduce to you. This is Lisa Bell, our office administration manager. If we do get kicked off doing business, you'll almost certainly be speaking with her at some point. And this is Lisa Berry, our account acquisition specialist. There's a very high likelihood that you'll be speaking with Lisa sometime in the near future as well. So, thanks again for your time, your attention. I hope I've given you some food for thought, some good reasons to investigate the diamond investment market further. We look forward to speaking with you in the near future. Take care, and thanks again.